Wanted to give you a quick review of Herbivore Botanicals. I'm going to give you the ugly first because it might be an absolute deal breaker for you.
There's a face cream that has been sold at Sephora, and this face cream has now been recalled because it has been found to have mold.
As I was shampooing my hair with it, I was noticing handfuls of hair. I did lose about a third of my hair, which is dramatic.
Girl, pull up a chair and pour something strong. We need to have a serious conversation about the absolute clown show that is your bathroom cabinet. We have all been there. You walk into Sephora, the lighting is angelic, the music is bumping. You see that heavy, frosted glass jar on the shelf. It whispers to you, I am clean, I am natural, I am not like other girls. You flip it over, it says preservative-free, and you think, finally, I am treating my body like a temple. So you drop 60 American dollars on a jar of moisturizer. You take it home, you feel like a glowing, non-toxic goddess.
Because summer is here, I love using a lightweight moisturizer that promotes a healthy skin barrier. This is Herbivore's Pink Cloud Soft Moisture Cream. Not only leaves my skin feeling so soft, but it's also plump with a natural dewy finish.
But then, 2 weeks later, you open that jar, and it's not glowing anymore. It's moving. There is literal, fuzzy, green, science fair project mold colonizing your luxury face cream.
And you can see it looks like mold, and because they don't use a lot of preservatives in their product because they believe preservatives are bad, so they forego them, and instead what you've got is a moldy product that spoils very quickly.
I wish I was making this up, but in 2019, thousands of women opened their viral Herbivore Pink Cloud cream and found aspergillus mold staring back at them. They had been rubbing a biohazardous slurry of fungal spores into their pores for days. And here's the kicker. This wasn't an accident. This is a business model. The beauty industry has realized that they can sell you fear for double the price of science. They gaslit us into thinking chemicals were the villain and nature was the hero. And what did we get in return? We got rot. We got a $26 million class action lawsuit for baldness. We got a global allergy epidemic. We have been scammed, honey. So put down the essential oils. We are burning the receipts. Let's start with the biggest lie of them all. Natural is safe.
99% of the skincare world is absolute. All of these skincare brands are basically competing on marketing and not actually how effective they are.
Who told us Mother Nature is a gentle grandmother who wants to braid your hair? Have you met nature? Nature is chaotic. Nature is savage. Nature is trying to decompose you 24/7. You know what is 100% organic, vegan, and plant-based? Botulinum toxin. It is the most toxic substance known to science.
In small doses, people inject it into their faces to stop wrinkles. But the chemical commonly known as Botox is also one of the most lethal substances around. Botulinum toxin could kill thousands if it was used as a weapon.
A single teaspoon could kill the entire population of London, and it is 100% natural. Meanwhile, the preservatives you fear, parabens, they're found naturally in blueberries and raspberries.
Parabens are actually a naturally occurring substance. They're a preservative. Raspberries, blueberries, and blackberries all contain parabens because that's what allows them to stay fresh without getting moldy and gross.
Plants cannot run away from predators. They can't punch you. So they evolved chemical warfare. They create complex, volatile compounds, what we call essential oils, specifically to irritate, burn, or poison anything that tries to eat them. When you rub untreated lavender oil or citrus extract on your face, you aren't feeding your skin. You're applying a plant's defense mechanism directly to your moisture barrier. You think natural means gentle? A 2018 study in JAMA Dermatology analyzed the top-selling clean products. The result? 94% of them contained at least one known contact allergen. You are literally paying extra to be irritated. Okay, you want receipts? I have receipts. Let's talk about the specific times the clean beauty movement absolutely destroyed people's lives. Case 1, the Herbivore Pink Cloud mold scandal in 2019. Herbivore marketed itself as preservative-free. They quietly recalled batches of their Pink Cloud cream after customers found white and green fuzz growing inside. A face cream is mostly water and oil sitting in a warm, humid bathroom. Without a strong synthetic preservative like phenoxyethanol to punch bacteria in the face, the cream essentially becomes a petri dish. Let's look at the actual Reddit threads from April 2019. It wasn't just a little off. One user wrote, "Mine turned a weird green and started to smell weird. I had more than half left." Another customer reported it looked an ugly green. I applied it to my face and it stained my face green. Imagine that. You pay luxury prices to look like Shrek. Another user described finding little dark brown black dots at the bottom and said they felt super disgusted after realizing they had been rubbing mold spores on their eyes for weeks. And the brand's response? Keep it in the fridge. Girl, my skincare shouldn't need a crisper drawer to keep from becoming a biological weapon. Case 2, the Wen Hair Loss, the slow burner disaster. Wen by Chasdeen promised shampoo is toxic. They sold a cleansing conditioner instead. This wasn't a quick mistake. Complaints started in 2011. The FDA investigation didn't explode until 2016. For 6 years, women were losing their hair while the brand said nothing.
I've never had this happen before in my life, and it's freaking me out.
So it all started when the brand removed sulfates, detergents, the things that actually grab oil and rinse it away. They replaced them with heavy oils. The product didn't rinse out. It coated the scalp and clogged the hair follicles, trapping dirt and bacteria inside, leading to infection and necrosis. In the lawsuit, one mother of a 10-year-old girl wrote, "Her hair literally just slipped right off her head." Another woman wrote, "After using this product, my scalp and face broke out in boils, and my hair fell out in chunks. They went bald because they were terrified of soap. That is the cost of clean." Case 3, the paraben paradox, the 2013 epidemic. When brands removed parabens to please the clean crowd, they replaced them with a preservative called methyl isothiazolinone, MI. MI is a potent allergen. In 2013, the American Contact Dermatitis Society named MI the Allergen of the Year because it caused a global epidemic of face rashes. This wasn't just a little itch. Dr. John McFadden, a top dermatologist, called it an outbreak, which we have not seen before in terms of scale in our lifetime. One victim described her reaction in the medical reports. "My hands erupted in profuse blisters. I was unable to bathe, self-dress, or even feed my young child." We swapped a safe, nature-identical preservative, parabens, for one that made women's faces swell shut, all because of marketing. So where did this mass hysteria come from? We can trace this infection back to patient 0, Dr. Darbre, 2004. She published a paper in the Journal of Applied Toxicology claiming she found parabens in breast tumor tissue.
Deodorants and the antiperspirants, which might be involved in the causation of breast cancer.
The media reaction was instant and hysterical. The Daily Mail ran headlines implying your deodorant was killing you. News outlets like CBS News and The Guardian amplified the panic with headlines like "Underarm hygiene products linked to breast cancer." Moms threw away their lotion. People looked at their deodorant like it was a grenade. Here is the fact that never made the headlines. The study was garbage.
There are some papers, all of them describe para-hydroxybenzoic acid as being present. That's a sort of metabolite of a lot of compounds that would be in our bodies.
Dr. Darbre didn't use a control group. She didn't compare the tumor tissue to healthy tissue. Even worse, the blank samples in her lab also contained parabens, meaning her equipment was contaminated. The Scientific Committee on Consumer Safety, the SCCS in Europe, reviewed it and debunked it. But it didn't matter. The rumor was out.
Wearing deodorant and antiperspirant does not cause breast cancer. True or false? Most people think it's true that it does not cause breast cancer, and it doesn't. You are correct.
Corporations realized fear sells. This is the part that makes me want to flip a table. This isn't about health. It's about the bag. In 2018, Sephora launched the Clean at Sephora seal. Suddenly, brands with the green seal were charging 40 to 50% more. Look at marula oil. You can buy the Ordinary's 100% cold-pressed marula oil for $10, or you can buy Drunk Elephant's marula oil for $72. It is the exact same ingredient, Sclerocaria birrea seed oil. Why the $62 markup? You are paying for the clean label. You are paying the anxiety tax. Look at Tatcha's The Water Cream at $70. It's a basic gel moisturizer. The main ingredients are water, glycerin, and silicones, just like a $15 jar of Neutrogena Hydro Boost. And who verifies this safety? The EWG. It is a pay-to-play racket. Brands pay up to $15,000 for certification packages to get the EWG verified mark. It is a protection racket. They create the insecurity, the chemophobia, and then they sell the brand the certification to cure it. But what about the claim that your skin absorbs 60% of what you touch? False. If that were true, you would overdose on caffeine every time you held a coffee cup. You would drown from the inside out in a bath. Your skin is a raincoat, not a sponge. It's called the 500 Dalton rule. Skin blocks anything larger than 500 Daltons, molecular weight. Most scary chemicals and preservatives are huge molecules. They're like basketballs thrown at a chain link fence. They bounce off. You aren't absorbing toxins, you're absorbing lies. So what do? We break up with them. We dump the toxic boyfriend that is clean beauty. He lied to you. He took your money. He gave you hair loss and moldy face cream. It is time to embrace the boring. Look at the French girls. Look at the dermatologists. They use La Roche-Posay. They use CeraVe. They use Vanicream. Or if you want that next level glow, look at Korea. The Koreans aren't messing around with clean marketing. They're obsessed with clinical barrier repair. Look at Astora. Look at Iliune. These brands use patented encapsulated ceramides that actually fix your face instead of just smelling like a meadow. They're the boring science brands of Seoul, and they're superior. Why? Because boring is safe. Boring is stable. Boring utilizes phenoxyethanol so you don't get a staph infection on your cheek. Those long words on the back of the bottle that you can't pronounce, that isn't toxins. That is the sound of $1 billion R&D budget protecting your face. So the next time you see that free from label, roll your eyes, keep walking. Don't pay the anxiety tax. Spill the tea, not the chemicals. And for the love of God, check your expiration dates.